Hey YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be watching more 1v1s from London. We've got a ton of pros headed to London for the RLCS major, and specifically one of them playing ones is Yan. Now we watched Yan play Toxic when he first arrived in London, and he's still playing 1v1s in the downtime between scrims. I have seen a good amount of FURIA scrims with various teams on people's Twitch channels, but not every waking moment spent there is scrimming, apparently, because Yan has had his opportunity to queue up some EU1s and see how he matches against some of the other players. And Hyder is another player who uploads his replays. So if you see Hyder around, make sure you give him a nod. Give him some recognition for giving us this kind of content. Hyder, Toxic, both those guys uploading all their replays, giving us an opportunity to see what it's like for this Sam legend to be playing on EU ping. So let's pull up the scoreboard. We have to do it. Look at that 32 ping in a match with Hyder with 40 ping. You just don't see it very often, and it is a nice thing to see. So we got two replays today of Yan versus Hyder, and we'll see if we ever get Yan in a 1v1 tournament, because despite being obviously interested in playing 1v1s on the leaderboard, he's always around the top 20, even when he's not in London. I don't think I've seen him in any 1v1 show match ever. Now, I could be wrong about that. Maybe you guys who are fans of other content creators know of times that he's played. Maybe he's played on some South American streams. Maybe Johnny had a Yan game that I didn't know about. But I don't think he's played very many show matches or any show matches, despite maybe being the best South American 1v1er. That's what we don't know. If anybody knows of a history of intense matches between KV1 and Yan, I'd be very interested to know how they went, whether or not KV1 was able to dominate those or not. Yan is going to hand over a completely free goal as he goes up 2-1, still has the lead, and he's rocking this decal. I forget where this decal's from, but this is one of the decals that the pro scene very much likes. Tons of people run it. I'm not a big fan. I don't know about you guys. Yan getting resets on his clear from Hyder's corner. It's not really going to be able to do anything with it or protect the ball to keep Hyder from taking it away, but a nice challenge over the top. He's going to go for the tight angle. He took his sweet time with this one, and for good reason. I thought he took too long, but as proven by the fact that we never even saw Hyder back on screen, he did the right call. Got himself a 3-1 lead. Couldn't stop this kickoff goal, though. We'll watch a little bit from both players' perspectives today. I have been sticking on just one player's in the past couple of videos. I don't hate it, but I think Hyder is a guy that's worth highlighting as well. He's got some highlight plays whenever he's played on stream. So I do think he's still looking for his first show match win in a weekly show match. He's won a few different times in tournaments of mine, just not on a daily show match. That's because we've been putting up against some tough competition. Yan able to chase Hyder down. He's got 54 boost, though, so I don't think he's going to back off the play. Doubling it with himself. That would have been such a nasty double on the ground if he had slotted the top left, but he couldn't, and he just got Hyder to back off by barely turning towards the ball. Nothing to work with at that moment. Air to a bump. Nice goal. A fourth for Yan, and Hyder playing scared, I would say, of Yan's outplay. Even though Yan could have, I guess, tapped the ball up despite not having much boost. These are the kind of situations that you really want to put pressure on, because even when you make mistakes, your advantage in boost will make it so that you can make up for it quite easily, and usually not get punished in other occasions when you would, when it's a more even matchup. Anyways, Hyder's got some open field now. His flick too soft. The recovery inside the net for players nowadays is just too good. And Yan is in and out after that top shelf pop. Hyder there into this corner. Yan deciding last second not to pick up the boost in order to dodge the demo. And I guess Hyder missing the boost in the process of trying to chase the demo down. Yan trying to cut this upfield. Hyder not going to let him. Are we going to see an air dribble? Probably not with 45 boost. You're not going to be able to take it full field from the corner with only 45. So Yan cuts it on the ground. Hyder should be able to take control. This is not the first time that Hyder has missed a boost that needed to be taken by him. Yan would not have been able to get that shot, as well as Hyder's recovery would have been more directly to the net had he picked that up. So sometimes just a few pixels of power sliding not going his way is enough to put him down 2 with 50 seconds left to go. Hyder, he's going to take to the skies. We talked about him able to get clips in the show matches we've had him on. He needed to 50 that with Yan to finish it off. If you're going to slot it that low, you're going to have to be there to double it off the defender. Jan's going to take to the skies. He's been like in the air to a bump, but he actually did chip the ball last second to get it around the defender. Either way, Hyder, good defensive stand on that one. It was a good setup. Did not get scored on, but now he's got to be overly aggressive, and he's not even going to let this one go in because it is ranked. He knows it's over. 6-3, 22 seconds. Not very likely. Yan will get the first win, but we got another one between these two coming right up. We're in the Aquadome for this next ranked game of Yan versus Hyder. We are going to try and get some London 1v1s between players not from the same region. I've been talking to a few players. I can't guarantee any match will necessarily happen, but make sure you're tuned in to my Twitter, where I guarantee I'll be announcing when those matches will be going live if we are able to get them. Yan will not be one of the players in them, though, because I've always had a hard time contacting Yan, and like we talked about before, never seems too interested in these show match situations, even if I was able to contact him. Yan, air to a bump. Not going to connect. Also looked like he was trying to clear that ball back into his half, but did not connect with it. And now Hyder on the bounce dribble. He's got Yan kind of frozen and in an awkward spot on defense, but not a clean enough touch in the air for Hyder. He needed to push through that ball straight through it as opposed to popping it up high. He maybe could have gotten over the top of Yan, who was not positioned well. I like this setup from Yan much better. We're going to see what this London Major, great placement, does for Rocket League fashion, because I want to say this setup that Yan is rocking right now is a result of the Winter Major and the fashion that happened there. So who is going to be playing good this next tournament, and what kind of fashion are they going to be rocking, because that's going to become the next trend. This, of course, coming from Joyo of Team Queso at the time. At least this style, I would say. I don't know if this is the exact decal and things he would use, but this looks like a Joyo car, if I've ever seen one. Hyder playing really passive once again as this ball bounces off the back wall, but Yan playing equally as passive. Nice touch from the corner. Sometimes that's the best way. A nice air dribble bump. He's loving these air dribble bumps right now. Sometimes that's a really good way to handle getting setups in your own corner, because the curve where the wall meets the sidewall meets the back wall will often eat your momentum and stop your ability to kind of protect the ball and make a good play. But you'll see tons of players get a chip when they're inside the corner and then jump and flip onto the side wall, which keeps the momentum really high, and it's just a much more threatening way to control the ball in the corner. Hyder challenged early before you can really get anything going. A nice demo, so he's got tons of space now. Yan respawning near post and cannot get the save as the hook shot goes up over the top of him. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, there's a non-zero chance that the King of the Hill event is still going on my Twitch stream. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be near the end of the Twitch stream, I believe. If the Twitch stream is still going, it's a potential marathon. Might be something worth checking out. And if you're watching this, you know, a few hours or a day after it came out, then surely that's not happening anymore. But that still means that the Twitch is worth checking out if you are a Twitch viewer. 3-3 halfway through this game. Hyder popping up. Can't really carry the dribble. Was going to have to give it up from the moment he chipped it because of the poor setup. This time, he'll just pop the ball high. Try and get Yan in the air, see if he can make a poor recovery that he can then punish, and this might be that opportunity. Needed to catch that ball a little bit farther away from the net, and then that single jump pop that he did would have had more time to put the ball up over Yan, but because he was so close, it hadn't really gained any height by the time Yan was challenging. He was able to take it away. Yan now looking for a double. Those are hard to connect on, but I think that is where you want to miss. If you're going to miss a double in a 1v1, you want to miss it wide where it heads to the corner and isn't an immediate counterattack opportunity. Whereas if you miss it near post or even send it into the defender where they can slam it out midfield, that's when you're going to have a tough time getting back after using that boost to make a high near the ceiling play. Reset for Yan right now. Not going to use it. They'll just let it bounce in. Oh, man. The meta with these. So filthy to have to watch defenders just outplay themselves, basically, because the offense is just so good at threatening everything in these setups. Hyder, a read on the double into the corner. Wasn't able to pick up his own corner boost on the midfield, so he's not going to stay here very long, and Yan knows it. In fact, he's going to try and punish him for coming all the way out to midfield. Didn't quite do so. Hyder just able to get back in time and is going to be able to reset now. Yan to the skies again, headed to the far post. Almost never going to be able to make something out of an air dribble that you are taking to that far post, because no matter what adjustment you make, it's going to be very easy to read, and you have to make an adjustment, because if you don't, you try and go for a bump, which I think is what Yan did. The defender doesn't even really have to worry about it. They can just get bumped, and the ball is going to bounce off the back wall. Now 4-4, 38 seconds left to go. Hyder trying to slot it top right, cannot. Now Yan looking to carry it all the way from the back wall. I don't think he's going to get this corner boost. And now he needs to get back with a quick pre-flip. Even though he didn't touch it, it was enough to make Hyder think he was going to make a connection and delay his play. If Hyder could have seen the future and known that Yan wasn't going to touch it, then he had a power shot that Yan would not have been able to get to. But it's impossible to realize that Yan wasn't going to get a play. And now Yan to the skies over the top of Hyder. 5-4. He just needs to secure this kickoff. And I believe that means he'll have won every 1v1 replay we've seen him play in London so far. In fact, he's going to make it 6-4. He's going to make it 6-4. He's rocking the ground zero. He's a ground zero fan going into this major. Now this ball just needs to hit ground. But impressive 1v1s from Yan in London. FURIA looking good. Yan looking good. Doesn't seem to be fazed by the fact that he's playing in a foreign country. But I want to say he got there maybe earlier than any other team. So FURIA taking it serious. Not messing around in their attempts to take a full major, which they are capable of doing. But hopefully we'll get some more 1v1s between players from different regions, maybe even live ones, and with prize pools and show matches. That's what we're hoping for, but we'll still troll the ranked replays if we have to. I'll see you guys next time.